Right, so you want to install a battery charger on your car. This is a hybrid car, and it doesn't matter if you have a hybrid or electric car or whatever. If your car is equipped with the 12-volt battery, which I can guarantee every car almost is, this will work for you as well. Always look up stuff if you are unsure, but I will teach you the very basics on how to install your own charger kit onto your... I just have it on the car lift because I'm going to have to install a towing hitch tomorrow, but this can be done on the ground, and these are the only tools that you will need. A multimeter, some electrical pliers, some side cutters or scissors, some electrical connections, a wire, a lighter, and zip ties. And of course, your charger kit. Let's unbox this and see what we have. Here we have some instruction manuals. The green cable which plugs into your front bumper that powers up the entire thing. The wire which connects from this cable to the charger itself. Here we have the charger. The electrical wires. These are the ones you need to connect to your car's electrical supply. And some other MISC materials. The first thing that we are going to do is to pop open the hood. Whoops! Where's the 12-volt battery? Yeah, so the 12-volt battery is usually placed under the rear seats in the car or in the trunk somewhere. And how can we then install a battery charger if we can't find the battery? No problem. We have fuse boxes, and we know that there's power in fuse boxes. So the first thing that we are going to do is to check if we get electricity somewhere. Now the car is turned off completely. There's no ignition on, nothing. And the keys is on the table, so the car isn't looking for the keys either. So yeah, the car is completely turned off. And now we will have to open up some fuse boxes over here. And here you can see these empty pins. Once we find the empty pins, we are going to take the multimeter, turn it on volts, and then we are going to measure if we get 12 volts to this point over here. The positive wire to the metal pin over here, and the negative cable to the ground. And as you can see, we have 12 volts in there and 12 volts in there. That means that this is feeding power continuously when the car is turned off and everything. So here we now have 12 volts, and we will connect the charger kit cables to one of these locations over here. And we know that we have power here. We are going to need to figure out where to place this charger and where to pull through this cable. Now we will need to find a location for this cable to get through to the engine room from the front. So we could drill a hole, and if a customer sometimes doesn't want this, he wants it removed, we take it apart, and then we have a hole in here. So yeah, then we have to replace the bumper. So usually what I do is I tend to look for stuff like this. Here we have a hole already, and here we have a good hole. And I would put it myself up here. Yeah, here in the MISC bag, we can check for background plates. So we can modify this cable with some kind of big washers and stuff like that. So here we have a big washer, for example. And if we put this here now, like this, we can see that this would fit good here. And I think that's the place we're going to put it. Or maybe we should put it a little bit more here. Yeah, here to the side, it's a little bit more hidden. So here we are going to put it, and we are going to drag it through here and up there and connect it here somewhere. So now we have to prepare this cable. And I always like to take out the knife, and then I just cut a hole here in the bottom. You can see that here is a place meant to be cut open, just like that. Because now, if water gets into this plug, it will go out as well. So yeah, that's a water draining hole. And now we are going to see what it looks like if we pull this over here and up here. And now you can see that we have, it's not pretty straight over there. You can see we have the other washers here. So what we need to do is either we put this like this over here, so we get the double washer, or we just burn a small hole over there. Yeah, so we are going to first off put this washer over here, drag it like this, and then we are going to take the second one. Just like that. And then we are going to feed it. Yes, perfect. And now we are going to put it up here. And then we are going to try to look for the cable under here somewhere. Yeah, so there's the cable. We're just going to pull it like this. And up here. So here we can see it right now. I think it looks solid. This is a good location. It's possible to open it and everything. So now what we are going to do, because now you can just pull this out again. So we will need to have to screw this to the other side. And this is like a nut. And what I like to do is take some silicone spray and just lube it up a little bit. And then what we want to do is we want to put the washer on the other side and this like that. So when we reach the bottom, there will be threads that you will be able to screw on like this, and it will keep it tight in place. Yeah, this will be hard to show on camera, but yeah, I can feel it grabbing it now. So now we have it tightened on the other side, and now you can see that we cannot pull it out again. The whole bumper will come with it if we pull it. So now we have this location set, and now we just want to, let's put this one over here. So in this car, this is a very good place to like hide the cables and everything. So we will hide these cables here, and now we will focus on where to put the heater itself. So what I like to do with the heater is you see that here you can bend this upwards, and you can, of course, if you want to like put it there with a bolt or there or wherever you want. But I'm just gonna make this easy for myself, because you can see we have some holes on the rear side of this charger. And actually what we can do is we can take zip ties, bend them a little bit, and then just pull them like this. So now what we can do is we can like put it anywhere we want without having to stress with bolts or anything. Sure, you could put it here if you want on that, but I think it looks better if it's more hidden. So I'm gonna put it there. Put these zip ties a little bit better for this one. And if you pull it tight enough with zip ties, it will not have any sound at all when you drive, trust me. Yeah, we can put it over there. So we do like this. Take the zip ties, pull them through each other so they connect. And as you can see, this is where I decided to put it. You can see it's very solid over there. That looks solid to me. And now what we will have to do is connect this cable to the end of here. So we are just going to connect it like this. Now what we have is a complete circuit to the charger itself. So now when we put this into here, we get the electricity into this cable and into the charger. But we do not get it out of the charger yet. So we will have to take the wires which came with the charger itself. And now you could say that, well, I want this connected to the battery itself. Yep, I agree. The closer to the battery, the better. But this is the best case scenario in here. But now we have to cut it and add a little bit of cable to this wire over here. So we are going to cut the wire here. So we still have some spare wire in case something fucks up. We are going to take the electrical pliers, just like that. We are going to take the other cable, do the same thing. And then we are going to press these together. And now comes the interesting part. How can we get this connection to go here smoothly and very easily? You see that this is like a case which has no entries into it. And if you drill a hole or something, you could get moisture into the fuse box and we will have a lot of problems. But what I like to do is I like to take a lighter and a small screwdriver, and then I'm just gonna heat the end of it, and then I'm going to feed the end of it through the back of the wall here. Just like that. So now we have a hole in there. And now you are wondering, what? Oh, I forgot that you need a glue stick, hot glue, and a lighter. Yeah, this is only good stuff. So now we are going to feed the positive cable through the hole we just made. Just like that. And then we are going to connect it. And now we should be careful, because now we have live current in here, and if we put it on the engine block over there, we will have sparkles. And we do not want to do that, so we are going to disconnect it, just in case. And now what we can do, we can take your charger wire over here, and we are going to put it here, and we are going to connect the positive ends with the connector socket, or whatever these are called. And connect it here. Now it's safe to put into the feed. And now nothing will happen if we put the cable here, because now we have the current right here. So now what we need to do is we are going to melt some hot glue, and we are going to put it here around the opening, just like that. And then you want to pull the wire a little bit so the glue gets into the hole, just like that. And if you are unsure, you can put some on the back side of it as well. Now, that's waterproof, nothing will get inside of that. Now that we have that fixed, we are going to want to connect this to our charger, which is there. And if you are wondering what the other cable end here on the charger is, it's if you want to have a engine heater installed or something. This goes in here to the charger, it sends out charging signals to the system, and it also just continues the path through a similar cable to an engine heater or to the interior heater or whatever you want installed. So this is just a water plug over here, and you just pull it out and you install a wire and drag it where you want it to be installed. So now we are good here. And now we just need to find a place for our earth. And here you can see we have an earth point straight on the chassis or here on the engine. So we are just going to remove the earth cable over there. And we are going to install. And we have one more ground. And remember, when you are dealing with small bolts, it's always best to tighten it with your fingers first so the threads doesn't go. So yeah. Now we have completed the circuit, and now we will want to check if it works. So now when we plug this cable into the socket we made, we should have something happening. Now we need our voltage meter, and we are going to see if it charges the system. So we are going to put this on the negative and this on the positive. And as you can see, 14.59 volts. So this system is now charging. And if we pull out the cable and do the same thing, 12.6. So yeah, now the charger is working. And then what we need to do is just tidy this place up a little bit, because we can't leave it like this. The customer will be like, holy fuck, the guys have done some amazing work over here. And remember, use shrink connections. And you can just with a lighter shrink it if you heat it far enough away from it so it doesn't melt. So yeah, now we have a waterproof connection. And now what we want to do is just grab a lot of zip ties, and we are going to try to tidy this up so it looks professional. Yes, of course. So what I like to do now is I like to grab some electrical tape and just like tape these mesh together a little bit so it looks a little bit better. It will never be perfect. There's always room for improvement, but hey, it's your time, your labor. You do what you do. And then we have the remainder of the cables over here. And here you can see we have a pretty big chunk of cables. These are just good to like tape together and try to hide somewhere so it doesn't catch the eye immediately. And one thing that you should be careful of is these air conditioning pipes. You cannot put any zip ties against them anywhere, because with time they will wear out to vibrations and stuff like that and cause a leak. I have seen many cases of this happening, and that's the first thing I learned when I came to this place to work. Never put anything up against air conditioning pipes, because they will start to leak sooner or later, and that's not good. It's just a waste of money and time. So yeah, this is basically a job that you can spend the whole evening trying to find the perfect location or something. There's really no correct place to like install these, because these are not Toyota original, it's aftermarket. So, but you get my point. You can really modify and drag them all the way that you want. So the cables are now fixed, and now we just need to cut out the remaining zip ties. All right, so here we have our small installation. It's just a fast forward to show you how it's done. It's not the best way to do it. You can hide it and everything, but this is good to go. It works. And now some of you may say that, oh, this cable is upside down here. Water will enter. No, it will not. There's a silicone O-ring on there, and it's designed for this, so it's good to go. So that was how to install a battery charger on your car. Remember, if you want to do this, you do it on your own risk. I am not liable for anything that you do, and this is just a demonstrational, educational video for you to consume with your eyes. Let's see if this is going to be a trick shot for the century. A snowball into the trash can. Thank you for watching.